I have created a department personnel component, which is basically image control and several labels to show the manager information, and then a gallery control to show that manager's direct reports. Let's go to the main part of the component. You have the ability to create custom properties on your component. These are properties that you can change in your parent app. You can change the component's values to be what you need it to be. For instance, I put in department head, and I have a default value here because I haven't set up any kind of error handling or anything. This is just a quick demo. So what I am doing is I am using my component's name is department personnel, and I am accessing the custom property, and I am using that custom property. I'm passing that into the Office 365 search user function. And you might be wondering, why am I wrapping this in? Why am I putting this inside of the first function? Well, the reason being is that the Office 365 search user returns a record, but you have a label here. It expects a text value. You cannot use this search user function alone. So I'm grabbing the first record that this term searches on or returns, and then I'm bringing out the property display name on that search. And that is what I'm putting into my label. And the same with job title. And I have others down here for control purposes, like user principal name. A user principal name, if you don't know, is usually the person's email address. It's a unique identifier. There is also an ID. And you can use both of those to search for the user photo. But in my case, I am just using the text value of the display name. Probably would be better to use the user principal name. But anyways, I digress. So I have a custom property. How do I set that from the parent app? Well, let's go over here to the parent app. I have my component embedded in the screen here. And let's select the component. And I can select in the property panel here the department head custom property. And let me back up. Let's go to app. I set an app level variable called department head 2. And I set its value to a default value. I'm going to change that here in a few minutes. So then in my component, I am setting the property, custom property, to my app variable value. Okay. Now you can't run this app just yet. This is meant to be an embeddable app. And what I mean by embeddable is that I am embedding it inside of a React app. And I have a query parameter here called department head. And I set its value to the actual manager I wish to search on. And I'm passing its value on the query string into my Power App. Now you wonder how are you doing that? I am using the param function to grab the parameter department head from my query string that's being passed in by the React app. But now I've made some changes here, so I'm going to go ahead and save and publish. And I'm going to go over here to my React app. let's do a refresh real quick. And there is the value. Now, just to make sure, this is going to, I'm going to change the name here, and it will show an error message because this user does not exist in Active Directory. So that has changed, and it's compiling, and there we go, it's refresh. And like I said, it cannot find the user ID because it doesn't exist. But if I were to put in test user, it will find this person. This person does not have any direct reports, but it will work. And it's compiling, and here we go. So it's showing test user. Let's go back to someone who is in the Active Directory. And I've created a component. I have added it to my main application. I have set up a app level variable to grab the parameter that's being passed into it from my React app. There are several different things that you could set here. For instance, background color. You could select the name. You might even be able to change the icon. That's actually another component, the small header component. And you see, I am changing. I have all these different custom properties here on this one, and I'm setting the background color, app name, app color, so I can pass all that information in through my application. That is not Power Apps. This could be Angular. This could be, you could do it directly on the query string. I haven't tried that yet, but I think you could do it. And that's what you're doing behind the scenes here. But anyways, you get the idea. You have a robust system that you can get up to speed really quickly and build some really nice applications for you and your organization. I am very happy with components, and I look forward to them being put into production. I think this is a huge leap forward for Microsoft Power Apps. Thank you, Microsoft. All right. I appreciate you watching that and listening through my rambling. If you want to know more, I plan on doing more videos, so hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.